specifically Escambia County, they have actually banned the dictionary among.
Florida stands only behind the state of Texas for books banned. Ron DeSantis and the GOP supermajority in the state of Florida is responsible for banning over 1,400 books. The fact that the Moms for Liberty, despite the fact that they're tied to, you know, white nationalism, and there are people in the Moms for Liberty that'll put HH for, Heil the Mustachio Man, or 88 because HH is the eighth letter in the alphabet. And these are people we're allowing to determine what is being taught under the Florida Sunshine State Standards. There is a very specific move by the Grand Old Party, and it has been done over this period of time. 25 years at least. I moved down here in 1998. We spend $10,000 a year in education. 2,000 of that comes from Florida. 8,000 of that comes from the Board of Education. Florida GOP run assemblies have never cared about education. The FCAT was used to make money for the Bush family. That's all standardized testing does, is it makes money for someone and stresses out kids. So yet the dictionary, because the people who typed up the Sunshine State Standards last year couldn't spell 11th or 5th grade, and we're banning the dictionary. Do you not see how this is purposely done to try and make the people that live here ignorant enough to fall for the conspiracies that the GOP lives on? Stefanik just said it's now. The election's not going on for another 300 days, so she's not sure about the integrity of the election. Hasn't happened yet. They're already laying the groundwork for whining and complaining about an election, while the last election, by every lawsuit that was done, was fair and balanced. If you really think that you don't understand how things work, like if you think that it was stolen, you're out of your mind. And the majority of the books that are being withdrawn have nothing to do with rainbow ideology, which, the GOP is always crying about, and has everything to do with people that are of color, women, things that Christo-fascists don't like. I mean, after all, Ron DeSantis and the Grand Old Party brought Prager University's Christo-fascist belief system and put it in the Sunshine State Standards. In the Sunshine State Standards, they are teaching that slavery was positive for African Americans. If that is not racist, it's as bad as Nikki Haley saying she didn't know what the cause of the Civil War was, while being a brown woman who's not named Nikki Haley, whose name is I can't pronounce, and it's the reason why she goes by Nikki Haley, because the GOP electorate will not vote for a brown person, let alone a woman. If Trump wasn't running, she'd be the front runner. Her, Christie, and Ron DeSantis. The three of them don't have an idea between them. None of them are looking out. There's a false crisis at the border. We've provided funding, and every time we've offered it, the GOP says no. Obama did it in 2015, said, write what you want. They still didn't do it. So he did an executive order, and they called him a tyrant. 2021, we had more funding for the border. Every single Republican voted against it. We just saw the Jesus Weasel down at the border, in front of concertina wires and a fence, while claiming at the same time the border is wide open. It's theater for the masses. This is bread and circuses, just like what they did after Caesar Augustus took over. It's bread and circuses. They are trying to big distract. Look what's going on with Hunter Biden. He showed up. Did Comey ask him questions in public? No. He wants to do it in private so he can spin the narrative. Because if Hunter Biden is found not to have done anything for his father in public, then all the aspects of the impeachment for Biden Sr. to give some kind of false equivalency to both of them being corrupt in the same way, that all goes away. So even if Hunter Biden shows up every single day to show up for Congress, Comey will never have him speak. This is a stall method so that they can continue the sham impeachment. They have evidence of Donald Trump taking, $8 million from foreign countries? They're still playing with the whole bullcrap of Hunter Biden and his laptop. Was Hunter Biden working for the White House when all these allegations happened? Some of them happened in 2017 when Joe Biden was Joe Biden, average citizen. No political power. He went from being vice president to citizen. And then he started to run for president and became president again. Either you air it out in public or don't make the accusations. They won't stop making the accusations. They won't air it out in public. At the same time, the front runner for the Republican Party just said, I really hope that there's an economic downturn in the next 12 months because I don't want to be, Herbert Hoover. I don't want to be Herbert Hoover. Not that would adversely affect every single one of us. And the people on the pundits on the right are like, why are you focusing on that? It's because he's rooting for an economic downturn. The stock market has hit an all-time high. Unemployment is at an all-time low. We've had inflation reduced. Gas prices are around $3 a gallon. Be realistic. Would I like Joe Biden to be 40 years younger? Absolutely. I would like him to be, Dean Phillips' age. That would be much better for running the country. I would like Kamala Harris to take over. That's not going to happen, so I'm going to vote blue. I'm going to keep on prodding the Democratic Party to move further left. Medicare for all. There's PPP money available. We could all get a check for $1,400. The Equal Rights Amendment would stop so many of these issues with women's health, and not to mention the rainbow. We have 300 days. Every single congressman and woman is up for re-election. Let's send a message that we are not going to accept the Comeys of the world, or Jim Jordan, who has been a congressman for 10 years, and I have as many laws signed by the president as Jim Jordan does, that he created. And I've never served a day in Congress. Jim Jordan continues to win in Ohio. How's that working out for you? In Ohio, hey, how's that working out for you? You voted for issue number 1 to get rid of abortion, and your assembly is now trying to get rid of your judiciary branch. This is the GOP. When they lose, they complain. You used to be able to walk away and shake your hand and say you lost. Not anymore. Not since the religious zealots got involved. Please remember to vote true and vote blue, because the lives of women and our society is in the balance.